Hey WCMS, it's me, Ava.
And me, Aiden.
Today is December 7th, 2023.
Hey Ava,
What?
do you remember doing the history project on Native Americans in 5th grade?
Of course I do. It was so fun.
Yes, it was. Let's hear about it from Dayton.
Hi, I'm Dayton, and in 5th grade history we are learning about Indian regions and their tribes. You have to pick a region and then put it into a Google slideshow. You can focus on one tribe or all of them. The regions we can choose from are the Northwest Coast, California, Intermountains, Southwest Plateau, Great Plains, Eastern Woodlands, and Southeast. The slide has to include their clothing, food, environment, shelter, and adaptations.
Hopi shelter and environment. The Hopi lived in dry, treeless deserts. The Hopi built home out of adobe clay. They built the homes on top of each other and had to make ladders out of wood to get to various levels. Hopi food. The Hopi used corn, beans, squash, melons, pumpkins, and fruit. Hopi men also hunted deer, antelope, and small game.
That's all from me. Now send it on over to Kellen with the pinch pots.
Hi, I'm Kellen, and in 5th grade art, we are making pinch pots out of clay. At first, they were just big blocks of clay. We made them by putting your thumb in the center and pinched and shaped the walls until they were thin in the right shape. Next, we put them in the kiln and waited for them to harden so we could glaze them any color we wanted. They also had some glaze that had glass crystals in it that erupted into many different colors. Mine is orange, red, and lime green. This has been a fun project so far and can't wait until our next clay project. That's all from me. Now let's send it on over to the anchors.
Those projects look incredible.
They sure do.
Ava, what's your favorite board game?
Probably Monopoly or Sorry.
Mine are Trouble and Sorry.
Let's ask Cam more about history board games.
Hi guys, I'm Cameron. In 6th grade history, we made history board games about the Mississippi River, Napoleon Bonaparte, Lewis and Clark, the Pacific Ocean, Thomas Jefferson, Spain, Marquette and Joliet, and France. We had to make board games about Candyland, Jeopardy, Monopoly, or you can make your own board game. We had to make the cards, answer keys, questions, and characters. We had to decorate the board and color it. Personally, it was my favorite history project so far. That's all from me. Let's send it over to Alex.
Hi WCMS. In middle school PE, we have been doing physical fitness tests like the hang test. In the hang test, you have to hang from a bar for as long as you can. The pull-up test. In the pull-up test, you have to do as many pull-ups as you can. The stretch test. The stretch test, which isn't my favorite, you have to sit and reach across a little bar across a small table. The shuttle run. In the shuttle run, you have to run a lap as fast as you can, and then you have to run back as fast as you can. but not least, the pacers, where you have to run as many laps as you can in a set time for each lap. And also, there will be no mile run this year because of the cold weather that's already here. Personally, I like the pacers test. I hope everyone does well. Now let's send it on over to the anchors.
How many pull-ups did you do?
-3. Wow, all this talking has sure made me hungry.
Me too.
Speaking of food, let's chomp on over to Brandon about the PBL diner.
Hi WCMS, I'm Brandon, and in math, we did a PBL, project-based learning, packet dealing with decimals. The project had a 60s diner theme. With records hanging from the ceiling and a tablecloths.
Changed the menu for shipping. There were some shipping delays.
We had to add, subtract, multiply, and divide mixed numbers to find out how much the tip would cost or how much each person would pay if the check was split. We then made our own diner name, unique items, and prices for these items. Well, I thought that it was cool to see how math that we learn can be used in real life. That's all for me, so let's send it on over to Kyrie to learn about tic-tac-toe.
Thanks, Brandon. Hey, it's Kyrie, and in 7th grade art, we're making tic-tac-toe boards. First, we had to come up with 4 different ideas. It had to have a theme. Then we drew them on a paper and showed Miss Kaiser, and she helped us choose which was the best idea. When we started making our tic-tac-toe pieces, we first drew the size of it and how it looked on a piece of paper and cut them out. We put them on our clay and carved them out. After that, we painted them with acrylic paint and added details. We drew how we wanted our boards to look like on paper, cut them out, traced them into the clay, carved on the tic-tac-toe squares, and painted them. Also, after everyone was done, we went to the commons during advisory for a couple of days and played tic-tac-toe with 5th graders one day, then 6th grade, and then the rest of 7th grade. I think making the tic-tac-toe boards were really fun, and so was playing tic-tac-toe with the other grades. Now let's send it back to the anchors.
The 7th graders' tic-tac-toe projects were amazing.
Yes, they were. I wish I made one.
Hey Ava, what book are you doing infographic on?
Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds.
I've heard about that book.
I know, it's so good.
Let's read on over to Carson about the infographics.
Hello WCMS, it's Carson. In an 8th grade reading class, all students read a critical literacy book while taking short notes each segment. Once they finished their book, they were required to make an infographic explaining the major events, possible themes, quotes, pictures, and lots of details about the book. Students made this journal page to help them understand the book better and realize different things they didn't before. The different books they could read include Concrete Rose, Restart, The Hate You Give, and many more. Here are a few examples from 8th grade students. The books were enjoyable to read, and it was fun making these infographics about our books. That's all from me, so let's read it on over to Dane.
Thanks, Carson. In 8th grade guidance, we are currently working on our 4-year plans in order to be preparing for high school. To create a 4-year plan, you have a booklet with all the separate subjects and the classes available for each grade level in those subjects. Every year, you have to have one English class. In 4 years, you have to have social studies, math, and a science. You also have 1 semester PE every year in order to graduate. While there are many different classes you can take, you have to take specific classes such as algebra, geometry, algebra 2, English 9 through 11, and different variations of science and social studies. A few classes are not required to graduate, but are extremely important for future life and getting into college. Also, you must take Spanish in order to get into college for at least 2 years. This has been a very exciting to try and figure out what we're going to be taking in high school. Well, that's all from us, so let's send it over to the anchors.
That was a lot of information.
Speaking of information, we have a lot of info on our upcoming events.
Oh, that's right. Friday, November 10th, 7th and 8th grade Project Explore students go to mock trial competition in Mason City.
Monday, November 13th, there is no school.
And Splash, Turkey Trot, and Bingo are happening in Choices and Challenges. Make sure to get signed up. That's all from us, from the middle. Probably Monopoly or Sorry.
Mine is Uno.
Probably Monopoly or Sorry.
Mine are Uno.